Hello and welcome to Minerals, Rocks, and Fossil Talks. I'm your geology teacher, Jen, and I promised some folks that I would walk them through last week's Trivia Tuesday and how that all works. So here is what we're going to do. I'm going to do it a little differently because I want to make this a little easier to point out. Okay, so here is our cross section. Now, going from oldest to youngest, we're going to start with P. P here is our oldest rock. And then we have E and F and D. And then those four got folded. Wonk. And that was probably due to some tectonics, some sort of tectonic metamorphism. And then we had this fault happen. Now, that one wasn't listed, but I'm just letting you know this fault is definitely older than H is. And I don't know if this happened before I or not. They could have happened one right after the other. They could have happened simultaneously. But we do know that with our letters, I is the next thing that happened. That is a Pluton that intruded into our gneiss and did some funky stuff there. Now after I, you will see L. So L is this line, goes across here and up here. That is an unconformity. And I know it's an unconformity because we've had our folding event, and then these layers above it, they're horizontal. Nothing's happened to them yet in this progression right now. So L will come next. And then you'll have O, which is the sandstone layer that has been deposited here. Then you have M, which is a shale layer. Then you have J, which is a limestone layer. And then we have H. And we know H came next because K comes across the whole top here, and so does A. So our fault H happened after our limestone was deposited. But before our erosional surface A, our next unconformity was created, essentially. Now, after that unconformity, we have K, then we have G, then we have B, which is our surface. And after all of that, oh, and I missed, sorry, I was so focused on my sedimentary, I forgot our intrusion. Before B, N happened. So we had another intrusion that came before B was deposited. It even gave us a little sill here, which is fun. Then B is deposited, so we have our surface. And then lastly, we have C, which is our current volcano, whether that's an active or a dormant volcano. So, judging by the fact that it has like a little cone there, I would say dormant or extinct even, because it's not an actively moving Pluton here, it's hardened. So, I hope that little explanation helped you figure out and understand how we got the ages that we got for our cross-section. Boy, English, hard. And I look forward to this month, which initially I'd said was going to be taphonomy, but I've changed my mind, and it's going to be all about tyrannosaurs, which I may end up hating myself for at the end, because there's Tyrannosaurs. They're not my favorite. They're not my least favorite, but they're not my favorite. But I know there are lots of other people's favorites, so here goes nothing. Hope you enjoy this month of Tyrannosaurs, and that you enjoyed last month's Ordovician period. And I will fossilize you later.